everybody, I'm Cel Saga from Ixie Studios, and today I'm here with voice actor, poet, dancer, Dante Basco. Dante, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you. So, how are you enjoying the con so far?
Awesome, man. We're out here in Guelph at Con G, and it's going great. You know, the people are super nice, and it's kind of been just great. I've done like one panel so far, one I'm saying. Everybody's been so cool. It's like Canada.
Yeah. Everyone's just so nice, eh?
Right.
I just said hey.
Hey, I know. It's like a stereotype of Canada, but I mean, it's true.
Now, your most recognized roles are that of Zuko from Avatar and Rufio from Hook. But who do you get recognized more for?
It depends. It's a generational thing, you know. A lot of cats that grew up in the 90s or so, Rufio is a really iconic character at that time. And of course, I always get recognized as Rufio. But the new school kids that grew up with Avatar, Last Airbender, Zuko has become iconic for the new generation, which I'm just kind of fortunate to, you know, have multi-characters like that. So it just depends on when you grew up.
Do you ever get recognized for any other roles like Jake Long?
Jake Long, a lot of people love that character. Just like all different genres of people that did, you know. If you're a dancer, in the dance world, people like take the lead and whatnot. Several other things, you know. I've been around for a long time, so half the time people just don't know what they know me from. They just feel like they know me.
You just like, I know that face.
Like, I know
voice.
you. Did you go to high school together? I'm like, I don't know, but it'll come to you later on, possibly.
When I first saw Take the Lead, he looked so familiar. And then, wait, is that Rufio?
Yeah. So, you know, I guess I'm just lucky to be one of those guys with a familiar face.
So, tell us, how did you make that transition from on-screen acting to voice acting?
Sheer luck, probably. You know, growing up in Los Angeles as an actor and artist is part of the gig is just kind of like being open to new things. You never know what's going to happen. It's like as the voiceover world started happening, it's not something that I ever thought I'd end up in. But I think it came through doing poetry and spoken word in Los Angeles, doing some campaigns for like Nike and for Sprite with my voice and through poetry and stuff like that. I think that kind of led to me kind of getting a voiceover agent and that work opening up. Also, there was a project I did, a pilot that never went for Cartoon Network called Kitty Bobo. And we did the pilot for it, and so that kind of also led to me kind of getting into the voiceover world.
So what was it like coming back to work on Avatar as a voice actor, like the Legend of Korra?
Awesome. Mike and Brian and the whole Avatar family, it's cool to be a part of the family, and they really make you feel like, you know, you're definitely part of this whole Avatar family. So
The gang
as it would be, but I was the first character cast member to do a character in the new show, so it's kind of cool to be a part of the OG gang, and then also a part of the new family. And I got love on both sides, so it's just fun to kind of come back and also, you know, just not really reprise Zuko, but just kind of like have his lineage continue.
Which is awesome. So speaking of which, how do you like the character of General Iroh compared to Zuko?
I mean, he's fun, he's great. I think he's a handsome, strapping young general. I always love Zuko because he's such a complex character, probably one of my favorite characters I've got to play in front of or a camera or a microphone my whole career. So, of course, I always love Zuko for that. But, you know, General Iroh, to me, it's just an homage to that character.
Very good homage at that.
Yeah, great homage. So, I totally enjoy, you know, being a part of it.
What would you say is one of your best memories from doing a recording? Any funny stories or just wow moments?
So many, you know, so many. It's like we did that over like 4 or 5 years, that first series, and so you just form great relationships and friendships. Me and Jack and May are great friends, still see each other a lot. So much respect for Mike and Ryan. I mean, you know, being Mako, who played Iroh, played my uncle or my father in my career like 4 or 5 times, so he's always like a mentor. And it's very special that, you know, his last project we did together before he passed in the middle of last season. And then Mark Hamill, who's a legend, who's someone I look up to, totally fan of him when I met him. There's like so many great moments over the years, but the whole film overall was just being able to, work with great quality artists, including Andrea Romano. It's just my feeling for the whole thing is like perfect, something like a perfect project.
Yeah. Which is something I've always considered Avatar. It's one of my favorite shows, period.
Yeah.
So, but my earliest memory of you, and I think many others' earliest memories of you, is as the leader of the Lost Boys,
Right.
Rufio and Hook.
Right.
What can you tell us about that experience?
Rufio, man, I was 15, young, hot shot, just kind of doing my thing in LA. Fortunate again to work with some really, masterful artists. Steven Spielberg, Robin Williams. The list goes on. Maggie Smith. It's just one of those things. It's like that project is one of the projects that everyone who has dreams of Hollywood, like coming to Hollywood, dream of doing a project like that. And so I was fortunate to do a film like that. And really, I've been acting years before I did that film. I started acting when I was 10, so I was like 15 when I did that film. So I was a seasoned young kid actor. But very serious about my craft even then. But, it really changed my life. So it's one of those projects that really kind of put me on the map in not only in Hollywood, but in the minds of a lot of people all over the world. And still holds, it's one of those weird cult characters that holds a special place for a whole generation of people.
The way you acted it, especially the way it looked.
Yeah, the look, and it's just one of
Is that your hair?
Most of it was my hair. The red stuff was actually was dyed, I believe, antelope tail.
Antelope. Never heard that one.
There it is. Yes.
Were you upset when you're reading the script and he dies?
Yeah. It was very. It just there was a lot of rewrites over the time. Shot in 8 months.
Yeah.
By the time it came about that they were gonna kill me off, there was a lot of other stuff going on. But I remember it was a weird feeling because this is essentially a kid's film.
Yeah.
And to kill a kid in a kid's film was crazy. But I think also, ironically, it helped lend to the kind of iconicness of the character.
Yeah.
And it really jarred a lot of people. I think it's what emotionally jarred a lot of people who are fans of the character.
I remember when I was a kid, when I first saw it, I was like, what?
Yeah, it's like it's an unforgettable moment.
Yeah.
That people are like.
It happens so fast too, or it's just.
It's one of those things, like even in the home stuff, Andrew Hussey created home stuff. That's what comes into the whole comic strip is the death scene. Because I think the death scene is such a emotionally charged scene for my generation.
Yeah. So go into a question. I know you've been asked a lot, but I always like to hear if you could bend any of the elements, which would it be?
Fire Nation.
Fire Nation all the way.
Fire Nation all day. Fire Nation, come on, man. Of course. I mean, air is cool, and it's cool. They're all cool. Water's cool, Earth's cool, but I'm Fire Nation.
Awesome.
Always
Fire Nation. Now, do you ever use any of your voices for the purposes of evil?
Never.
Never?
The thing is, I'm like one of those actors that kind of stumbled into voice acting, so I just act and I just sound the way I sound. And so I don't have tons of voices, and it's a lot of times when you're in a booth with amazing beasts of actors, whether it be Kevin Michael Richardson or Dee Bradley or Mark Hamill or Greg Lau, where they do tons of voices and they have so much just control over their instrument. And I'm just usually focused on acting, truthful in the scene, and I sound the way I sound. And it's always interesting because people that love my voice or whatever, like, your voice is amazing, and it's like just talking.
You don't hear yourself.
Yeah, you don't hear yourself. So have I used it for evil? I try not to.
You try not to.
I never do. I've done good stuff. I've left voice messages for people, voicemails or something like that.
Okay, time for an extremely geeky question that someone asked me to ask you. Who do you think would win in a fight? Rufio or Zuko, but it's during an eclipse?
I don't know. I always say, probably Jake Long.
Jake Long would just
turn
swoop
into a
in.
dragon, and he wins, man.
There you go.
He is a fire breather. He's a fire. It's weird how someone said you're always associated with red and fire.
That is a strange.
It's strange. I guess I am. Yeah.
I never noticed it, but with Rufio with the hair and the Fire Nation, Jake Long.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to do something new for EXE Studios called lightning questions.
Lightning questions.
I'm going to fire off questions really fast, and you have to answer with the first thing that comes to mind, okay?
Boom, let's do it.
Are you ready? All right. Favorite movie?
Place in the Sun.
Favorite TV show?
The Cosby Show.
Favorite video game?
Mega Man.
Yeah. Favorite Pokemon?
I don't even know Pikachu.
Favorite song?
Michael Jackson song. For Human Nature. Michael Jackson. Alright.
Favorite sound effect?
I like the, I don't know, I like, for sound effects, I don't know, maybe glass breaking.
Awesome.
Alright.
Favorite sport?
Basketball.
Favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian, I don't even know. Right now, maybe, the Kevin Hart.
There you go. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Awesome. Well, Dante, thank you very much for joining us today. Before we finish, are there any shout-outs you want to make?
You know, I don't know who's going to be seeing this out there, but I have a big cosplay ball going on in Los Angeles, April 3rd, which is a big cosplay club I'm throwing that just kind of birthed itself out of my Tumblr world and in the convention world. And then also, you can look out for some things I'm co-producing a video game called Project Lotus, so you can look for that. It's going to be a very cool. It's not, still like a year or so out. It's pretty awesome. As well as a bunch of other projects that some I can't talk about, but I'll be out there on the screen. My voice will be out there in some games and some other cool projects. So look out for it.
That's awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining us today. It was very nice meeting you.
Thanks,
Very big fan. Anyway, I'm Cel Saga from EXE Studios. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.